So I just got done watching the movie that Taye Diggs and Megan Good did. It was called Forever. Just came out. It was a Lifetime movie, and I would like to say we're gonna get into some spoilers. So you got time to leave in three, two, one. Taye Diggs' character. He comes home from the military as he was in the reserves. First thing he does as soon as he gets off the bus is get papers served to him. He is being divorced by his wife. He goes to meet his best friend because his house is completely empty. And he's like, wait a second, something's weird. You have a look on your face. There's my mom's dining room table, so you can assume his mom is dead. You can also assume his wife and his best friend are sleeping together and are in a relationship. That does come out to be true. That was the only time she was showing up in the movie. He's like, okay, whatever, that's fine. Give me my car keys. He had a 1965. One of my favorite cars, a 1965 Mustang. It looks really good. Then he meets Megan Good. She's a police officer. He meets a high school friend, Levi, which is her partner. And they start a relationship. Starts out flirtatious, then ends up becoming a little bit serious. Taye Diggs has been with his wife since he was in high school. She divorced him. Megan Good has been married to her baby daddy twice. Did not work out the last time they were together. Her youngest daughter was 3 or 4 years old. His words, not Megan Good's. That being said, he ends up becoming a father to her 3 daughters. It was rocky for a very long time, but when their mom gets sick, he basically takes care of the girls because she thought she was pregnant. What it was a cyst. Basically, it was ovarian cancer, but they ended up getting it out. She was like, we could be pregnant. It turns out that she wasn't. It was whatever it was that was in the ovaries was blocking her from having periods for 2 months. So thank God they found it, because after 3 months, she could have died. She would have been dead, would have been pain, but they caught it early. Taye Diggs' character gets a offer to come work in Florida as a outfield coach. He was a baseball star back in the day when he was in high school, and he was in the semi-pro league. His old coach comes and says, hey, I got a job for you, blah, blah, blah. I'll double what you're getting paid right now. He's putting it off because he loves Megan Good and her daughters. He wants to be there for them. They need stability. He understands that. He does not have kids of his own, so he understands they do need stability. They do need love. So he's like, I'm not going to do it. His old coach is sad about it. Now, fast forward a little bit. Megan Good is completely healed. She's cleared to go back to work and stuff. Levi, his best friend and her partner, has been helping the girls out, taking them out to eat and stuff. They come home, have a little conversation and stuff, but nothing really serious. Then a mini fast forward. Taye Diggs takes the girls out to dinner. They're talking and stuff. They're all talking to Megan Good on the phone while she's at work at night because she's been having to do 12-hour shifts. And we'll go back to the beginning of the movie. Taye Diggs and her end up meeting again because he's at a diner. And this young boy, who is her oldest daughter's boyfriend, comes in there and starts jacking her up a little bit. He stops him. And that's how the relationship really starts. Fast forward. He's at dinner. She's like, somebody's robbing an old lady that Carly knows, Megan Good. It's the same grocery store that they go to, corner store that they go to on their breaks. Tim is robbing her. She says, hey, stop. He turns around, shoots Megan Good in the neck. He shoots Megan Good in the neck not even 10 minutes later of her being healed. And then a little time skip, she gets shot in the neck. She bleeds out and dies. Levi goes in there and arrests Tim. She was able to write, I love, all their initials. So that's Taye Diggs and her 3 daughters' initials. They have her funeral. The girl's dad comes back. Haven't seen her dad in years. And he's like, I want to take the girls with me. He was like, you're not taking them anywhere. They need stability. They need love. And you can't give them that. So he says, it doesn't matter. You're not their father. You're just some man that their mother married. Taye Diggs socks him in the face. Fully deserved. And he's like, I'm sorry. He shouldn't have apologized. That's just me, though. And that's probably wrong for me because I'm Christian and I probably should work on that. But I ain't gonna lie, you're tripping. Then he ends up selling his Mustang to get a cheaper car. And his Mustang was in really good shape, so he got a lot of money for it. So basically, he ends up paying the house off with his car, and then he put money in 3 accounts for the girls, and that house is in all 3 of their names. So he was like, I have to go. Your dad is actually going to come and move here and live here with you because your mom wants you all to be together, and the only way for y'all to be together, because your mom never updated her will, is to stay with your dad here, because you two can stay with me, but your younger sister can't. So you're knowing your mom, she would want y'all to be together, and the only way y'all can be together is if I leave and y'all stay with y'all dad in the house that I paid for y'all. And then I'll have to move out of state to Florida to go be a coach, and I'll be able to put all 3 of you through college, no issues, and I'll be able to help you out with anything. Personally, how I'm feeling at the end of this movie, a big, complete waste of time. Because the movie is about moving too fast, but a lot of people understand when it comes to love, when you know, you know. I've had that situation happen to me before where I wanted to move faster and I was the only one that felt that way. And then time went on, and then I ended up meeting my wife. And when I met her, that's when I was like, okay, I really know you're the one that I want to be with. And I did everything I could. Me and her, we dated for like 2.5 years before we got married. And I wanted to date sooner, but I wasn't ready spiritually, mentally, and emotionally to be married to her after 1 year. I didn't care, but I was like, I want to do the things right. I want to do things, right in the eyes of God. So I did a certain thing. I mean, I did what I had to do to get to where I am today, basically. And now, 15 years later of me praying for what I wanted when I was 13, I have now at 28. We had our first daughter this year. Now, when you come to this, the movie's really good. I think people should really watch this movie. It's really good for like older people, I feel, because older people who, I don't know, man, I'm not really a fan of divorce, but if they get divorced or their spouse dies or something like that, and they meet somebody and it just clicks and they have the exact same feeling but better, or even, just that same type of comfort. Love, excuse me. Love is always going to be available to people. And I think that's a good message. These girls getting a father, somebody that actually loves them and would do anything for them, will never give up on them. That is a good thing. But to see her have a way worse thing happen to her compared to her having this short-term cancer made me really feel like, wow, you made like that conflict at the very beginning of the movie ends up being the reason why the movie is ending the way it is. And this is why I don't like Lifetime movies. I actually hate Lifetime movies for this specific reason. One, either somebody who it'll be a love story and then somebody dies. What the heck? Then another time, it's a love story, but it's full of cheating. Oh, my boyfriend, he doesn't make any time for me. My husband, he doesn't make any time for me. He doesn't care what I go through. Then you go to some small rinky-dink town and you just start cheating on your significant other. That's weird to me. Lifetime, Hallmark, y'all are weird. And you wasted my time. You lucky this movie was 1 hour and 39 minutes because, oh boy, I almost turned this off when I found out. I was like, she's going to die. That's the only way they can make this movie's ending interesting is if she dies. And she died. So this movie's not interesting. And I'm being, I don't know if I'm being like, I don't know. Watch the movie if you want to. If you're a crybaby, don't watch this movie because you're going to be crying watching this movie. That being said, I'm out. Peace. Yeah, Smoke is a 5 out of 10. I'm not watching this movie again, bro.